Man, I almost showed y'all my embarrassment. I forgot I didn't have my mask on. Man, boy, would that have been embarrassing. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the True Conductor Show. Man, we doing a month in Proverbs, and we started September the 11th, and we're going to October the 11th. Okay, today is October the 3rd, so we will start on the 3rd. Bernie, how you doing this morning, brother? Thank you for joining me. So today we'll start on the 3rd chapter of Proverbs. All right. So, man, let's pray and get into the word. Father, I thank you for another day to gather around your word. Speak through my mind, Father. Speak through my heart and speak through my lips so that my words may pierce the hearing of your children to be a roadmap to living a righteous lifestyle that you have ordained us to live. In Jesus' name, amen. All right? Chapter 3, verse 1. I'm going to get me some new phones today, too. I'm going to get me some new phones today. My son, do not forget my law, but let your heart keep my commands. Verse 2. For length of days and long life and peace, they will add to you. Listen to this, y'all. Listen. My son, do not forget my law, but let your heart keep my commands. Let's look at that word commands, because I don't wanna assume that people know exactly what that word means. So let's look it up. Let's look it up. Command. Give an authoritative order. Give an authoritative order is a command. Okay? Listen, my son, do not forget my law, but let your heart keep my commands. For length of days and long life and peace, they will add to you. Verse 3, let not mercy and truth forsake you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Verse 4, and so find favor and high esteem in the sight of God and man. Listen to this, y'all. Let's go back to verse 3. Let not mercy and truth forsake you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. And so find favor and high esteem in the sight of God and man. Let's look up that word esteem. See what that means. Esteem. Respect and admiration. Tanya, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. Verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. Let me read that one again. Verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. Man, when you're leaning to your own understanding, you're basically predicting the outcome, when you're leaning towards your own understanding. You have in your mind, you have created an outcome of how something is supposed to happen, how it's supposed to occur, how God is going to bring you out of this. See, when you lean to your own understanding, you have created the path to get out, not him. He hasn't created, you created that path. And 9 times out of 10, it ain't going to work. Verse 6. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. Verse 7. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. Don't be fool and don't be a fool. And they closely related. Okay? Verse 7. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. Verse 8. It will be health to your flesh and strength to your bones. Verse 9. Honor the Lord with your possessions and with the first fruits of your increase. Verse 10. So your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will overflow with new wine. Verse 11. My son, do not despise the chastening of the Lord. Let's look up that word chastening. All right? Let's look up that word chastening. Chastening. To correct by punishment or suffering. Listen. Verse 11. My son, do not despise the chastening of the Lord. And that's correction by punishment or suffering. Okay? Nor detest his correction. Verse 12. For whom the Lord loves, he corrects, just as a father the son in whom he delights. Verse 13. Happy is the man who finds wisdom, and the man who gains understanding. You know, and I'm not going to take it for granted that people know the definition of wisdom. What is wisdom? The quality of having experience, knowledge, and good judgment is wisdom. The quality of having experience, knowledge, and good judgment is wisdom. Let's look up understanding. Understanding. The ability to comprehend. It's understanding. The ability to be able to comprehend. See, somebody can tell you something, but if you don't get it, it's of no value to you. If you can't understand how to operate it, how to use it, how to implement it, it is of no value to you. Listen. Verse 13. Happy is the man who finds wisdom, and the man who gains understanding. Verse 14. For her proceeds are better than the profits of silver, and her gain than fine gold. Verse 15. She is more precious than rubies, and all things you may desire cannot be compared to her. Ooh, boy. Let me go back. Let me start this over because, listen, verse 13. Happy is the man who finds wisdom. That's knowledge. And the man who gains understanding. That's how to be able to apply the knowledge that you now have. All right? Listen what happens when you gain understanding. For her proceeds are better than the profits of silver. Listen to this now. Her proceeds, man, this is where I want to be. This is where, man, I'm trying to get right now. Her proceeds are better than the profits of silver, and her gain than fine gold. Verse 15. She is more precious than rubies, and all things you may desire cannot compare with her. Verse 16. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. Good God, listen to this, y'all. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand is long life. Okay? No, riches. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand is riches and honor. Verse 17. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths of peace. Verse 18. She is a tree of life to those who take hold of her, and happy are all who retain her. Verse 19. The Lord by wisdom founded the earth. By understanding, he established the heavens. Verse 20. By his knowledge, the depths were broken up, and the clouds dropped down as dew. Verse 21. My son, let them not depart from your eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. Listen, keep sound wisdom and discretion. Let's look up that word discretion. Because this is where a lot of people are falling short. Discretion, the quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense or revealing private information. That when you're discreet, see, you ain't gonna go out here and throw your pearls before the swine. When you're discreet. When you're discreet, you ain't gonna tell everything that's on your mind ain't coming out your mouth. When you're discreet. See, there's some things you ain't gonna do, some things you ain't gonna say when you're discreet. And right now, discretion is one of the things a lot of people are missing. Verse 21. My son, let them not depart from your eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. Why? Verse 22. So they will be life to your soul and grace to your neck. Verse 23. Then you will walk safely in your way, and your foot will not stumble. Verse 24. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. Yes, you will lie down and your sleep will be sweet. Man, listen, I don't care what you're going through, what you're facing. Man, if you believe in God and you trust in his word, you can get some of the best sleep you ever had. Okay? Listen. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. Yes, you will lie down and your sleep will be sweet. Verse 25. Do not be afraid of sudden fear, nor of trouble from the wicked when it comes. Verse 26. For the Lord will be your confidence and will keep your foot from being taken. Man, listen, this is why I be trying to tell y'all that see, it ain't about the money you putting in church. You got a whole lot of folk running around here right now because they are these super tithers and they think they got an express line to God because they are some super tithers. And the Bible say 24, when you lie down, you will not be afraid. And yes, you will lie down and your sleep will be sweet. Do not be afraid of sudden terror, nor of the trouble from the wicked when it comes. Verse 26, for the Lord will be your confidence and will keep your foot from being taken. And you know how he gonna do that? Talking to you through your intuition, giving you an idea. Don't go this way today. Go this way today. Don't say this. See, a lot of y'all don't pay attention to your intuition, and that's how God is going to be instructing you. But you got so much other stuff going on in your head, you can't even listen to the voice of God. Verse 27. Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, when it is in your power, in the power of your hand to do so. Listen, do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, when it's in the power of your hand to do so. Man, that's just like trying to, putting off rewarding somebody or congratulating somebody or elevating somebody or motivating somebody. How many times, man, have people put things off? I'll do it tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. Verse 28. Do not say to your neighbor, go and come back, and tomorrow I will give it when you have it with you. And how many times, man, have you went and asked somebody for something? Hey man, come back tomorrow. And they got it. They could have solved it right then and there. And see, when you say go and come back tomorrow and I will give it, man, you piling up some more stress on that person. That's what you're doing, some more worry. That's what you're doing. When you got it right there by you and you tell them to come back because you want to be in control. See, you want to manipulate the situation. Verse 29. Do not devise evil against your neighbor, for he dwells by you for safety's sake. Man, the Bible says, better is a neighbor who is close by than a brother who is far off. And you got people right now won't even speak to their neighbor, mad at their neighbor. And when something happens, the very person you're angry with, upset with, is sitting there watching and won't say a word because you got a bad relationship. Verse 30. Do not strive with a man without cause, if he has done you no harm. Let me say that again. Do not strive with a man without cause, if he has done you no harm. Let's look at that word, strive. Strive. Make great efforts to achieve or attain something. Do not strive with a man without cause, if he's done you no harm. Verse 31. Do not envy the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Let's look at that word, oppressor. Oppressor. A person or a group that hold people back is an oppressor. Somebody that's gonna hold you back. Do not envy the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Verse 32, for the perverse person is an abomination to the Lord, but his secret counsel is with the upright. Verse 33, the curse of the Lord is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the just. You hear that? Listen, the curse of the Lord is on the house of the wicked. I'm not gonna assume that you know what wicked is. Wicked. Wait a minute. Oh, hold on a second here. Wicked. Evil or morally wrong. Evil or morally wrong. The curse of the Lord is on the house of the person that's evil or morally wrong. And he blesses the home of the just. Let's look up that word just. Just. Based on or behaving according to what is morally right and fair. Okay? The curse of the Lord is on the house of the evil person, but he blesses. Bernie, man, thank you, brother. Thank you for that $50, brother. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to get me a phone this morning, man. I'm getting me a new phone this morning. All right? The curse of the Lord is on the house of the evil person, but he blesses the home of the person who's trying to live right, who treat people right, who do right by people. See, God gonna bless you. But if you evil, you nasty, and you cruel against your fellow man, the Bible say the curse of the Lord is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the just. 34, surely he scorns the scornful, but give grace to the humble. In verse 35, the wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the legacy of fools. Listen, the wise shall inherit glory. Let's look at that word glory. Glory. High renown or honor won by notable achievements. The wise shall inherit honor and glory and recognition, but shame shall be the legacy of fools. You see, there are some consequences, man, to your action, and a lot of people are going through life on a daily basis acting like there's no consequences to their actions, and there are. And you need to pay attention to that. All right? Man, that's the end of chapter 3. Listen, you don't want to miss this tomorrow. Chapter 4, because this is going to show you how you get rich, and not by tithes and offering. All right? Chapter 4 going to show you where wealth is and how to get it. And you got, man, listen, I'm telling y'all now, The Bible says, and I'm gonna tell you where it is, so you won't think I'm lying. This is chapter 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it shall eat its fruit. Man, right now, I'm reminding God, you said death and life is in the power of the tongue. And I'm decreeing death on this poverty that's in my life. I'm decreeing death on this poverty that's in my life. If death and life is in the power, I speak death on this poverty that's in my life. That's what I do. And see, and what have I got to lose? What have I, listen, not only that, let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you something. Where is that? Where is that? Oh no, I know right now. Look, here we go. Here we go. 13. Chapter 13, verse 2. A man shall eat well by the fruit of his mouth, but the fool of the unfaithful feeds on violence. A man shall eat well by the fruit of his mouth. Well, what's the fruit of your mouth? Your words. Your words are the fruit of your mouth. And over here, the Bible says, death and life is in the power of the tongue. And a man shall eat well by the fruit of his mouth. Listen, let's go to chapter 12. And listen to this. Verse 14. A man will be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth, and the recompense of a man's hand will be rendered to him. See, so your words are important, and I'm telling y'all, man, every day, I even got some other stuff. Man, I'm speaking to it. You got to go. You got to go. Just like, man, my wife is the best sex I've ever had in my life. I ain't seen that girl in going on 5 years. And I'm decreeing, man, that's the best sex I ever had in my life. If death and life is in the power of the tongue, and a man shall be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth, man, let me speak that over my wife. That's the best sex I ever had in my life. That's what I'm speaking over my wife. And some of y'all need to start speaking some things over your life. Instead of complaining and moaning and groaning and itching. You need to start speaking some stuff. And listen, and let me tell you this right now. If you're lying, you're cheating, you're deceiving, you're doing all that, man, you speak all you want to. Your actions gonna nullify whatever you're trying to accomplish. See, this speaking I'm talking about works in correspondence with you living a righteous lifestyle. And a righteous lifestyle is not perfect, but it ain't harmful. It ain't gonna hurt nobody. It ain't gonna cheat nobody. And it ain't gonna deceive nobody. All right? All right, man. That's it for me. Let me go. I'm gonna get me some new phones today, buddy. I'm getting me some new phones today. That's what I'm gonna do. At least one. I know I'm gonna get one today. I'm getting me a new phone today, buddy. Yes, I am. I'm headed out here right now and go get me a phone. All right? I'll see y'all later.